Howdy y'all, Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee. Today on the Hermitcraft server, we are back in the community mining area. One of the biggest problems we had last season with our mining area was nobody bothered to build a proper place to rest and to smelt things and to just relax and craft. So I thought, like, what if I did that? What if I put in some tables and some smelters or whatever? And it was good, but it wasn't like the absolute best ever. As I learned when I was wandering around looking for cacti back in the, wilderness over there, it's real easy to get lost and not be able to find your way back to the portal. So I thought to myself, well, what if I plant a wild chain of cacti all the way out in the distance, and then I can always find my way home, like breadcrumbs, but cacti crumbs. And then I realized, no, that's a terrible idea, because all of this sand is about to be like just completely strip mined out of the ground. Hermits are going to come in here and just grab all that. And then I was like, what if I created something above the portal to make it more instantly recognizable, right? And so you could see it in the distance. I started thinking to myself, what would that even be? Do I have even a seed of an idea? And then I thought, what if I make the portal into a beanstalk, like old school NES Mario style, and we just had the beanstalk go way up into the sky? So it's like, okay, maybe there's something there. Maybe that's a good idea. I started gathering material. I started, harvesting some of these cacti. Haha, now who thinks it's a good idea to put these here? Well, not me apparently, because they just all fell onto the other one. Whatever, that's fine. Whatever, fine cacti. The real way to harvest cacti, I think, is just to get the whole plant, so that way they don't fall onto the lower pieces. But core concept, we have enough green here from these cacti that we can dye a whole bunch of clay and build a giant beanstalk straight into the sky over our portal, right? That sounds like a worthy endeavor. When you're endeavoring, you might as well endeavor worthily. However, as I pondered this wordily, I realized it'd be more fun when we're hurtling through the sky on our elytras later this season if this kind of beanstalk also served as some sort of upward propellant machine. Like, what if I put a bubble column inside of there and just had it, like, launch people way the heck up in the sky? In which case, maybe I don't want to make that whole beanstalk out of just green cacti. Maybe I want to make it out of green glass. But you know what? The glass is always greener on the other side. So I thought, okay, I better, go ahead and start actually dyeing some of this cacti and getting all of this smelted. There's a lot of pieces. But that's why we've got so much green glass already here. Why we've got so much of a head start on our smelter and production. But you know what we don't have a head start on? We don't have a head start on actually getting water into here. This beanstalk bubble column is going to require water. Now, there's definitely little ponds and things throughout here, but what we don't have at the moment is iron. And we're also not doing, like, wonderfully great on food. I've been, like, harvesting jackrabbits here and there. Not the most nutritious thing, Barely passable, I would say. So, here's what I was kind of thinking, is that in this episode, we will make an expedition out here to this great natural wonder, which I haven't come up with a name for yet, but like this thing needs a name. And hopefully we can find some exposed iron on its lower flanks here, somewhere. Gather that iron into buckets, gather some water, and start attempting to test out our bubble column. Now I don't have an actual elytra yet or a way to get back down from the beanstalk, but I'm hoping that if we do this right, we can kind of extrapolate some of those details out later. So yeah, just a quick survey here of the front face of this indicates no real evidence of iron. But you know what? We can do a quick circumnavigation of this whole thing once the next day begins. Wait, why don't I just carry a bed with me all the time? And then I can just sleep wherever. Poor nomadic planning on Joe Hills' part. That's part of the new season, though, is we got to learn to lean into this. We've got to learn to endeavor in a nomadic manner in a way that we never attempted before. But that's what we do to grow. We push ourselves. So anyway, I'm going to go grab a bed, and we will be back on our way, expeditionarily in force, to this crazy multi-platform thing. Looks kind of like a weird H for hermits, I guess. I don't know, something. Time skip. Snore time. Sleepy noises. Here we go. Boom. Okay. We have... Hey, whoa. Sorry to get sidetracked exploring this gigantic cool thing here, looking for iron, but I just saw some sort of village or something in the desert over there. A desert village might have iron in it if there's a blacksmith shop. Or it might have food, which I'm too lazy to make myself. Even better. Okay, it looks like this village has not been chunk loaded very much because a lot of these plants are not really fully grown. But yeah, we could take some of these. Is this the full grown wheat? Okay, yeah, we'll need to replant some of this stuff as we go. But this is good to know that this is here. Now, of course, we run the risk of villagers being attacked, or, uh-oh, door's already knocked off this one. Okay, I hear villagers inside here. They're just running around outside. Wait, this dirt looks unnatural. Did another hermit come through here already? Well, that'll cut down on the spoils that we are able to harvest in terms of, like, chests and things. But, huh. Yeah, it looks like somebody's come in here and blocked off a bunch of these doors so that the villagers can't escape. Or so that mobs can't get in. Either that, or this is just really poorly generated terrain. Did these guys not trade? Huh, interesting. For some reason I can't click on them. This guy has a different clothing, but he can trade. Leather worker. Somebody's definitely come through here and, well, I don't know. I'm thinking what we should do is try to see if there's any chests in any of these houses. If so, we loot them for their iron, and then we quickly leave before mobs have a chance to attack these guys at night. Right? Because as long as it's never nighttime here, skeletons can't get these guys. Dang it. All of these structures are so bizarrely incorporated into here. Okay, well, I think we just want to get out of here as quick as we can. That's just going to be the safest thing for everybody, as I instead gather food. Alright, so let's resume our quick survey of this area here. We seem to have a good amount of coal in the stone, but I haven't seen any real exposed iron yet. It's unclear if that's going to be a consistent theme or just we've gotten unlucky so far. I really only need 3 iron to make the bucket that I need to move forward with this project, but having a little bit of extra so that I can make pickaxes or iron trousers or things like that might also be nice. So let's go ahead and just grab what coal we can as well. That will always come in handy when we are doing a ton of glass cooking. Anyway, we've got a lot of little trees up here throughout this structure. Big shaded area down there, which has got some sort of weird sparkle effect when I look at it. Not sure what that is. What would cause that? Huh. This area here seems to be shaded pretty heavily as well, so mob spawning may be a possibility if we aren't careful. Yeah, running directly through this area. Arguably gonna be unwise. But, this is so cool. Let's go ahead and stay in the sunlight areas, just to ward off any zombies that might present themselves. And we can continue kind of further down here. This thing is just so interesting. Like, that looks like some sort of weird lion-horse thing, you know? This could be all sorts of weird animals, if it was, like, carved intentionally. But it wasn't, so it's just weird. Man, there is so much area here for people to mine. Oh, there's a jungle temple. Or not a jungle temple, a sand temple. Okay, so here's what we're going to do, guys. We are going to go to that sand temple and attempt to find exposed iron inside of a chest. We are going to expose the iron from the chest using our mad temple exploration skills. Now, for those of you who were born recently, mad skills is something that old people use when they want to say that they're, like, proficient at something. And I am proficient at exploring that temple before the sun goes down. I say somewhat humorously, because I have no idea if I'm actually going to get there in time. And you guys look delicious. You guys aren't the mean rabbits, right? Well, whatever, you're not the edible rabbits either. Rabbits are only edible if you can catch them. So, speed potions, pretty helpful. But we didn't bring any of those today. Alright, so this temple looks like it is unexplored. That's a good sign. What we're going to do is we're going to pop in here and we're going to immediately expose it to a ton of daylight. Daylight will kill most monsters, or at least discourage them from spawning. So, dang it, that's not daylight. What if we hop up here a little bit? Boom, that's daylight. And hop up here, kind of clean this out a little bit, spread the love lighting-wise, kind of do the same along the edges here. We just want to make sure that there's no real opportunities for things to jump out at us in terrifying, new, and exciting ways. The old and exciting ways were already pretty terrifying. We don't need more of that. So, let's see. We got some extra light in here. I don't see any mobs. But you know what? Let's just kind of keep cutting into here. Any mobs you down here? Sometimes they like to hang out back by these pillars. So, you know, we're just kind of checking this out. Popping holes in the ceiling. Boom. Okay, good. So, no mobs seem to be in here. Now, this area here is like where the descent into the pit would begin. If we were going to, like, try not to set off the traps down there. Which I think I almost might have just done. Is that a stone pressure plate or a wood pressure plate? Okay, it looks like stone. Now, there's going to be a bunch of TNT at the bottom of that. In terms of time of day, let's go ahead. Just get some more daylight in there. Yeah, that's definitely a stone pressure plate. So, because we are not very good on time, what with the sun setting and all, can anyone sleep, please? We are going to run away from the temple so stuff doesn't spawn too close to where we are in there. And let's just pick a direction. We'll let Wells Knight try to get into bed. Thanks, Wells. Good Wells Knighting. Whoa, what's over there? Is that another village? Okay, one thing at a time. Well, with the sun rising here, we are ready to make a mad dash back into here and try to claim whatever we might yet claim. I'm going to keep digging my little stairwell down and around here. Hopefully nothing will spawn back in these little back areas in the meantime, but you know what? Sometimes a little bit of extra sunshine can go a long way. So we're going to let that sunshine keep doing its thing while we proceed down here. I'm so glad they stopped using wooden pressure plates in these traps. Now, I'm still kind of a silly person who might accidentally step on that stone pressure plate if I'm not careful. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to actually mine around past it and then deactivate the TNT trap ourselves before trying to get into these chests. Ooh, although I do want those aquamarine gems and those bones and the horse armor. I should have come out here with more inventory space, clearly. So, yeah, core concept, didn't think a lot of this through. Do I need the rotten flesh? Probably not, but we'll take the bones. And we will take this. Bye-bye, seeds. Actually, maybe I can get over there. Yeah, we're just going to grab everything. Boom, there we go. In our last chest, we got 3 iron ingots, which is precisely the number we need. Unfortunately, we're not doing great on space, but you know what? We can grab what little gunpowder, bones, and hey, a Respiration 3 book. That will come in handy for sure. Sorry, Spider Eyes and Rotten Flesh. You're going to have to hang out down there. Somebody else can get the TNT later. I'm not going to try and retrieve the TNT at the moment. But one thing I do want to do, while we have a moment, is I'm going to try and run over the hills to the next village while the sun is still low in the sky and attempt to see if their blacksmith has any chests full of wonders or wondrous items. You know, if I could grab something cool out of whatever that is, because that looks like a village structure, right? Those are buildings. So, let's go that way. Time skip. Well, as we approach this village, it's pretty clear that it's some sort of strange amalgamation of 2 different village formations. But you know what? Oh, hey, there's iron ore, which we can grab and keep in our offhand, because that's smart. Let's just put these bones in our offhand. They won't interact with anything. Anything down there? Nah, I'm not worried. Cool. So, up we go. We got an interesting combination of cobblestone and sandstone on these villages, on this village generation here. Clearly, this is an unvisited village from the folks just running around, doing their own thing. This is so strange. We got sandstone steps there. Let's see if we can get a better view from up the top of here. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 8 structures. Definitely have a blacksmith shop, though, right here, which is sometimes where we can get cool iron and diamonds and the good stuff. Amethyst gems. I'm not sure exactly what those do yet, but I do like the... Oh, hey, I could use trousers. Let's put those on right now. And we can grab the gold. Wow, 4 obsidian is pretty good. I'm going to have to do some mental math on my inventory management here. Whoa, that guy's not supposed to be here. Hey, man. You're bad news. I better help these people out. Wow, you have a lot of armor. Did you get to drop any of that armor? No. Of course not. That would have been nice. Oh, well. Where did you even come from? Did you come from in this little cave back here? Is there like a million zombies back there? Something? Okay. Oh, and down there, there's another place for them to be. Great. Okay. I think the best thing for us to do at this point is to just take the things that we have gained and to be on our way back to where our beanstalk is going to go before we cause any trouble with the local population. Is that a bat flying around? Does that indicate there's some sort of chasm here? I've never seen a bat flying around just in the middle of the day. What's that, baddie? Somebody fell down a well? Alrighty, so there's our big landmark geographic feature right there. Topologically quite notable. So that means we are on the correct path back to our beanstalk, where we can begin going in and starting to actually do a little bit of building. Probably not going to get too much done this episode, but one thing I did want to do was actually test the bubble column theory. By which I mean I'm going to get a bucket, I'm going to put it on some things. I heard if you put water on soul sand, it makes bubbles go either up or down, but I don't know which. And I heard magma cubes are the opposite. So, if I can figure that out, I'll be in good shape for this episode. No bones about it. But also, hey, 28 bones about getting all of our concrete powder dyed for our Ministry of Truth. Look at that, I'm making progress. Time skip. So we've got our bucket, and we've got our water. Ta-da. So now, all we need to do is attempt to drop this in above the soul sand in our beanstalk structure here, and we'll have a pretty good sense of whether or not the bubbles will take you up or down. Also, I hope this doesn't put out the portal. Does it? No, it doesn't. Okay, good. So, does soul sand not make bubbles at all? Well, maybe we need the magma cube then. That's fine, we had some extra magma cubes. Do we only... Wait, no, is it only just this one? I don't want to go back into the nether and then, like, lose all this good stuff trying to find a different magma cube just because I'm too lazy to rewrite a sign. No, my magma cube fell in the fire. Okay, that was clearly ill-constructed the whole way through. So, here's the new plan. We're gonna go and, okay, night's about to fall. So as soon as night falls, I'll make a bed. Then I'll go grab a bunch of wood from these little mine shafts here. Make a materials chest for all the materials we've gathered so far for the beanstalk. Then I will go into the nether and hopefully not die. So, here we go. Time skip. I seem to have discovered some sort of interesting glitch. Apparently, fence posts now hold sand up at half at the actual height. They have a bigger bounding box. Fence posts stop sand earlier? Like when I break a block above a fence post with sand above that now broken cube. The sand only falls half a block. And then it seems like I can't even break the sand at that point. That's strange. Interesting. Okay. I don't know if that's intentional or not, so I'm not going to fire a little bug report. Because I'm sure that they know what they're doing at Mojang. They don't need me telling them what to do. That's a really cool little thing. It's always fun playing Minecraft and learning new stuff. So we're going to go into the nether. We're going to recover some of those magma cubes, or magma blocks or whatever. And hopefully everything will go absolutely smoothly. I seem to recall, if I follow these flaming paths, there is a shelf of soul sand, below which there is a collection of magma blocks. No, that's just magma. No, there they are, right there. Okay, so what is the safest way to get all the way down there? Or why don't we just take one of these? We put these up here for decoration. But why don't we just make them functional, you know? Having some functionality to them might improve everyone's mood. And save me from, like, almost dying. Boom. Collected. Gassed. Gassed. Goodbye, gassed. Okay. So, with that collected, we just come in here, hit that. Now our bubbles... Aren't bubbles supposed to come out of that somehow? Well, the fact that there's not bubbles coming out of either of them makes me think maybe I don't understand what I'm doing. Maybe I need to have a source block directly above the magma cube or the soul sand in order for it to work. Let's go ahead and grab another bucket and try this again. Where's my bucket? Oh yeah, I put it in the furnace so it wouldn't get lost if I died. That was good thinking, but bad remembering. The Joe Hills way. Okay, so we've got our bucket of water here, and we're going to try and place a source block directly above... Oh, it does seem like there are bubbles now. And they seem like they're being sucked downward. So if we put... There we go. Directly above there. Now, okay. It's interesting. It seems to be coming into conflict with the downward part of this. Okay, let's pick this block up here. Like so. And so that source block there is still doing its own thing. We drop this here. Whoa. Okay, that's pretty neat. So I wonder if I need to have source blocks all the way up. Wow, okay, so that's going to be its own whole thing, probably. Let's go ahead and hop in bed before all the mobs spawn, because once again, this is not a secure area. We have not really locked that down. But yeah, okay, so we are in good shape to continue with this, at least. Let's go ahead and break these signs now. We can reclaim those in a minute. Whoops, assuming we can actually hit them. And we'll just pop through here. Be like, hey, what if we put these ones here? Boom, so then we've got that going. Oops, it's too high. Okay, it's a little bit like... Whoa! That just threw me up in the air. Okay, that was not what I was expecting. Clearly, constructing these from the outside here is going to be safer. Okay, so we've got one part in the back here that's going to pull us down. And one part that's going to bring us up. I wonder if I should even that out and have, like... Well, I like the idea that if you wanted to go down, you would go there. Okay. Interesting. Now, part of the core concept of this column, though, is it's going to take you way the heck up in the sky. Now, do you get free air from being in these columns, though? Maybe. Maybe. It's unclear. But you know what? If we take this, the beanstalk will start off with the green clay, and then as it proceeds up, we'll transition to green glass. So it'll spire into the sky as a beautiful green glass piece. And we'll just continue, I guess, just adding in buckets as we go. I'm going to re-equip the construction materials I need to continue. Time skip. Well, you know, this is actually a relatively calm and soothing build to work on. We got some nice, happy little bubbles here as we drop in pieces. I basically was figuring what I would do is I would have 2 terracotta leaves. One on this side, one about It would probably start about here on this side, kind of incorporating into there. And then what we would do is we would abandon the terracotta at that point and transition to green glass. And I was thinking the green glass would be, you know, pretty cool, because if you, like, once you get high enough up, you know, you want to have a cool view of the server, elytra-wise. Like, you're going to be using your elytra to fly way the heck up here, or fly from way up here. And see, you can see out there to that cool structure. You'll be able to see off in the distance to the icebergs there. So it's not going to look like much until we put all the leaves on. But for right now, just establishing the center of the beanstalk is going to be a pretty good functional addition to this area. So there we go. And we can just take this back corner all the way down there. Or we can fly all the way up there. Boom, look at that. That's super fast. I love these bubble columns. This is definitely one of my favorite additions to 1.13, the update aquatic. You know, one thing I'm realizing as I work on this is I might want to move the magma cube block over a little bit. If I could stand in here without, well, well, let's see, the magma cube block will draw me down toward it, but if I leave the block at all, it's kind of, is that going to break my feet? Okay, cool. So then what we'll do is we'll pull out this soul sand block here. We'll just swap the two. Right? Boom. No real trouble, no real hassle. That's just a clean and easy way to improve this. Whoa! There we go. So that'll pull us downward. That'll blast us up. Excellent. I'm pretty happy with that improvement. Much easier to escape out the front door now. Perfect. Well, as we approach our beanstalk in the distance, I gotta say, having the two leaves on there definitely gives it the sense of being a beanstalk, but really, it's only once we get it aspirationally reaching further toward the sky that it's really gonna start feeling complete. I think in our next episode, we're gonna throw some glassy leaves on there, and we're gonna improve this area a bit more. Then hopefully after that, we can depart from this mining desert, leaving it a better place for all future hermits who might yet visit here. If you guys have any suggestions for how I can improve just the general area in front of this portal here, in addition to the beanstalk, please let me know in the comments section below. Otherwise, until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring.